What's good, everyone? We're here with another mock draft video, and this will be our final mock draft video for the first round. Considering the draft, it will be in 2 days, so it's creeping around the corner, and I'm coming in this video to give my final thoughts. And this draft is going to be with a lot of trades, considering there's rumors that there's going to be teams moving up and moving down the board, and we're going to get to these selections. And this is pretty much how I think it's going to go and what teams will do, and a mix of what I would do and with best player available and what would make more sense to the team selecting. So throughout the video, I'm gonna just go ahead and go through all the rumors that I've been hearing, with all the trades and all the selections, since draft time is coming around the corner. And we're gonna be using the PFF site just because it looks cleaner, in my opinion. And yeah, obviously we're gonna get this out the way with Fernando Mendoza being the clear #1 pick. And unless the Raiders just somehow just get a big haul from like the Jets or the Cardinals, there's no other way to it why the Raiders will pass up on a guy like Fernando Mendoza, who got some good traits and led his team to an undefeated season last season in college football, and he played really well. So his upside is good, and I really like him. Now to the Jets, this is where the draft actually starts. This is going to be a polarizing pick right here. Now, there's a lot of insiders like Peter Schrager that says David Bailey's the pick at 2 because the Jets really love him. Aaron Glenn, he loves a guy like David Bailey because of his pass rushing upside, kind of like how they drafted Aiden Hutchinson in the Lions. And to be honest, I think he is one the best pass rusher in the class by far. But there is some holes in his games in terms of setting the edge and stopping the run. Is it effective compared to Arvell Reese? But with Arvell Reese, this guy's played majority off-ball linebacker, and he usually blitzes and pressures the QB like in the secondary, not really on the line, and he'll usually blitz in coverages and get his pressures like that. And it's the question: will he be a full-time edge in the NFL? Like, will he be like a Michael Parsons, who played majority linebacker and then was able to translate to full-time edge rusher, So I think in the meantime, I don't think the Jets are looking to go and trade this pick. I don't know what suitors or what team would pay a haul for the #2 pick, like a guy like David Bailey or Arvell Reese. So we're gonna go ahead and pick a guy that I like as well. David Bailey to the Jets. I feel like this is a Jets pick, and they're going to get one of the best pass rushers on the board here. Now with the Cardinals, I've had a mock before getting like a offensive tackle in Francis Mauigoa. Now it makes sense considering that is a glaring hole at the right tackle spot, and they're trying to build the trenches before they get their franchise quarterback, right? But when you're at #3, I mean, who's gonna be wanting to trade up for the Cardinals? Like, can we get a Cowboys trading all the way up for Arvell Reese? I don't really think so. Can we get a Chiefs trading all the way up for an Arvell Reese? I don't think so. Like, what team would be able to trade up? The Saints can't really afford it. The Commanders can't do it. Browns wouldn't make sense. Giants wouldn't make sense. I think they just go ahead and just bite the bullet. They just take the best player available and try to build that defensive line and fill out the linebacker position as it is, because Cardinals, they need defensive help anywhere. And I get a guy like Arvell Reese, who's got good size and very athletic enough to set the edge. Good run defender, a lot of tackles for losses. I think a guy like Arvell Reese might as well pick him, and not really reach on a right tackle. It's not really a reach, but it's with Francis Mauigoa, you could probably find him later down the board. Now with a team like the Titans, since these guys, David Bailey and Arvell Reese, are off the board, who the Titans would probably really like, I think they just go best player available. They get a playmaker in Jeremiah Love, who is one of the best offensive players in this draft. I mean, he is the best offensive player in this draft. So we're going to go ahead and select Jeremiah Love. He's really big, fast, could break tackles, home run speed. And man, he's very elusive, and he's got pass catching upside. He's got good size to pass block, and yeah, this guy, you might as well get him on his rookie deal. Rebuilds shouldn't last forever. They really shouldn't. So the Commanders, if they're trying to build something special with Cam Ward on his rookie deal and now a guy like Jeremiah Love on his rookie deal, should get it going under a guy like Brian Daboll and Robert Saleh as the head coach at the helm. They're going to try to rebuild as soon as possible. So get a playmaker like that on the offensive side to put up some points and help your, sophomore QB. Now with the Giants, this is interesting, man, because there's a lot of things going on with the Giants. So much talk. And this is a little mix of what I would do. And considering that this is probably what they were going to do before they traded Dexter Lawrence for the 10th pick. Now, in my there's talks that they might even go Tyson at 5. Like, that just came out of nowhere. Like, wow. That's how you know it's draft time. When prospects are getting, so much buzz and getting in top 10, and it's amazing to me. Especially Caleb Downs. Like Caleb Downs at 5. I get it. Caleb Downs, to me, he reminds me as like a Buda Baker kind of DB. And in my opinion, it makes sense for them to take top 5 because a lot of guys think he's a blue chip talent. I see it too, but I like Sonny Styles a lot more. Now, this is why, because he came into college as a safety as it is. I mean, he's a bigger safety pretty much, but he ran to play middle linebacker and he excelled at it. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, I feel like he's a lot more athletic than Caleb Downs. He's 6'5", 243. He's pretty much a bigger safety, a bigger Caleb Downs. He's really good in coverage. That's his safety instincts, coming at the linebacker position. That's usually how linebackers start out, as just big safeties. And him shredding the combine, just putting the league on notice. I don't see why the Giants should pass up on a guy like Sonny Styles. It makes sense to me, and it would make sense for the Giants, because this guy would be on the Giants for like a decade, man. This is a guy that will be your franchise middle linebacker for the long haul. So we're gonna go ahead and stop talking. Just give him Sonny Styles. Now this is where the trades start to hum. A lot of buzz that the Cleveland Browns are interested in trading back. I mean, why wouldn't you? You might as well take advantage of it. Why reach for some guys that you really don't need? And one of the suitors will be the Cowboys. All right, so we're gonna continue this trade on Stick to the Model website. Thank you for making me be able to do trades, because I'm not paying for PFF to make trades, all right? They don't want a guy like Caleb Downs to go to Washington, a division rival. And they probably just don't want a guy like Caleb Downs going to the Saints, another NFC team, So they want to go ahead and take the jump. And on draft day, hey, the Browns take advantage of it, and they get more extra first-round pick. They go ahead and select Mr. Caleb Downs at this spot. So with the 6th pick, yeah, Jerry's going all in. That leaves the Washington Commanders. Now these guys, they are in need for a wide receiver, in my opinion. And that wide receiver is going to be Carnell Tate, because Terry, former Ohio State wide receiver as well, he's not getting any younger. And I feel like another playmaker that goes into the rotation will help him a lot. I mean, if Jeremiah Love was on this spot, of course, they'll run to the stage and they'll go ahead and turn in the card for Jeremiah Love. But in this one, then they're going to take the boundary wide receiver who's able to be a deep threat for Jaden Daniels and be a long haul receiver over there in Washington. So Carnell Tate, we have 3 straight Buckeyes going to the top 10 right now. I mean, man, those Ohio State Buckeyes, they know how to develop. Now, New Orleans, I think they go ahead and just pick best available. Now, it would have been cool if they go ahead and pick, wide receiver like Carnell Tate. There's been buzz. Even Saints fans love Jordan Tyson because of the buzz he's been getting. But, I mean, he is Chris Olave, who I'm speaking is, he is on a contract year. Now, do they just invest more on defense for Ruben Bain on the other side of the edge and give, Chase Young more help? I mean, Chase Young had a really good season last season, so do they put Ruben Bain on the other side? Or do they just go ahead and take another wide receiver and pair him with Chris Olave, who's been getting a lot of buzz as of recently? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. I know the Chiefs has been rumored to get a guy like Jordan Tyson as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jordan Tyson to the Saints, because why not? I mean, I don't want my mock to be looking any close to anyone else, and this is just what I'm going off the things that I know and probably what teams will go. So it would either be Tyson or Bane. I think the Saints go ahead and say, yeah, let's give Tyler Shugg another weapon. And Kellen Moore, I mean, he would love that as well. I mean, he's the offensive minded coach. He will probably go ahead and say, F it, let's get that Jordan Tyson dude who's been getting a lot of buzz recently. And you know, he's really good too. I like him. Yeah, to the Chiefs. So they go ahead, Saints take their guy. And what do? Do they go a guy like Ruben Bain? A guy I do like that they could potentially go for is like a Francis Mauigoa, because they need that right tackle. Like that right tackle spot is a big need, man, a big need. I mean, Juwan Taylor, he had a lot of penalties over there in Kansas City, and you need to protect your quarterback. Like, why would you give Kansas City a receiver if, you know, Mahomes, he's not protected? He is one of the best offensive linemen on the board. Now, it might look crazy that Ruben Bain is falling this low in my draft, but hey, I mean, guys fall all the time, and maybe the Chiefs, they don't like his measurables, and they'll probably go edge rusher later on in the draft anyway, because they have the second pick in the first round, because they traded it for Trent McDuffie. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Francis Mauigoa and solve their right tackle problems for the future, because that's been an issue for the long haul. And you know, there's been some problems and, you know, questions if Justin Simmons is even reliable, even though they barely just drafted him, which is crazy. But I think they should give him another year. But yeah, that's for a topic for another day. Now, Cincy, they don't have this pick anymore. They don't. They shouldn't have this pick. It should be going to the Giants. So I'm gonna go ahead and update that. Jordan Tyson's off the board. Downs is off the board, and because the Cowboys, they really didn't want the Giants to get, you know, Caleb Downs for sure. So I think the Giants, they could go best available. Do they say, hey, F it, let's go Ruben Bain, or do they go DB here in this situation? I think here they go ahead and just say, F it, man. They go ahead and pick up Ruben Bain. They pretty much traded Dexter Lawrence for Ruben Bain in that situation, because he falls. So back-to-back Miami players go ahead in that selection. You could make a case that, you know, Ruben does go to the Chiefs, and, you know, Francis Mauigoa goes to the Giants. But hey, I mean, the Giants, they just take best player available in the situation in their eyes. Now Miami, they need anything. They really do. In their opinion, I don't want to give them like a receiver or anything, because it doesn't make sense, because they have nothing. In best case scenario, they build in the trenches, or, you know, they get a long-term DB maybe. But you know what? In this case, I want to go ahead and give them offensive tackle. Let's go ahead and give them Spencer Fano. So Spencer Fano, he's going to go to the Dolphins to be their long-term offensive tackle. He's played left and right tackle, so he's very versatile, and he's played center as well. He's trained for center during the combine. Like, he showed that he could play center. So this guy's versatile lineman. The Dolphins might as well, you know, use that and just start building brick by brick. I mean, they have a lot of picks anyway. So then they'll go ahead and select Spencer Fano with the 11th pick. Now Cleveland, they traded back. They could go just best available, or they could go receiver. Is it crazy to say, hey, just give them Vega Owane? I mean, I don't think it's crazy. I really don't think it's crazy at all. So I want to go ahead and give him Vega Owane, because he's one of the best interior linemen in the draft. And the Browns, they need help anywhere, and you can't throw to a receiver if you don't have, you know, anybody protecting the quarterback. So we're gonna go ahead and give him Vega Owane with the 12th pick, like that. Now the Rams, I would give him a guy like Mekhi Lemon. He is a consensus guy. That would just fall there. But how the board's falling, we got Mansour Delane here, man. And you can't have too much help on DBs, especially for the Rams. I think a guy like Mansour Delane will elevate their DB room and try to be locked down as possible. So we're going to go ahead and give a Mansour Delane to the Los Angeles Rams, just how the board fell. Now the Baltimore Ravens, it is a team that kind of needs offensive line, but all the best offensive line just went. Francis Mauigoa, Spencer Fano, and Vega Wane. But Baltimore, they've been wanting a receiver, and one of the best receivers still left on the board that's not named Tate or Tyson could be Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon could be a long-term answer for that Baltimore Ravens team as another playmaker with his yak ability. I really like this player a lot. I think he is the best receiver in this class. So the Baltimore, they go ahead and say, give us Mekhi Lemon in this class to Baltimore, man. I think he will look clean in a Ravens jersey. Now, Tampa Bay, there's a lot of situations that could happen. A lot of guys have him going Kenyon Sadiq as a consensus. But are they willing to stay here? I don't think they want to go a guy like Jermod McCoy. I feel like a team that's willing to trade up, I'll say the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, here's why. There's been rumors. I mean, the A.J. Brown thing, it's looking more likely to the day where A.J. Brown will definitely be going to New England. But they don't know if it's going to be the first overall pick. It will probably be next year's 2027 or a 2028 first round pick for A.J. Brown. So I think the Eagles, they don't trade this one, but they're going to trade this one to go up for a specific receiver. So Philadelphia, they jumped the Jets, considering they love a guy like Omar Cooper Jr., who's been getting a lot of buzz. Since they need a playmaker, they need a yak guy, I think they go ahead and select a guy like Omar Cooper Jr. with the 15th overall pick. It may seem crazy, but let's get crazy in this draft, man. We're going to hear a lot of trade ups and trade downs, and a lot of teams want to, pull the trigger on a player they really like. And now the Jets, they're looking for an answer now. Now, what could they use? Considering one of their favorite receivers is off the board, I don't think they want a guy like Kenyon or Jermod with the medical concerns. They got their tackles already. I think the best player available that they really want to go, I think they want Dylan Thieneman. Dylan Thieneman, they continue to build on the defense after getting David Bailey. And he is pretty projected high, like on the big board. So this guy going to 16, it feels pretty fair for him to go, especially when a team like Minnesota would love to get him. So they go ahead and steal that guy. Now, it would have been smart if Minnesota would have jumped up, because that is a possibility. Minnesota jumps up to 15 and steals Dylan Thieneman. That could be a possibility, but I think I just want some chaos. Now, with 17, the Lions, desperate need for offensive linemen. I think they strike gold here. I think they get left tackle Monroe Freeling, who is got some good builds, 6'7", 315. Really good at the end of his last season. And yeah, since most of the linemen left and retired, they're going to go ahead and select Monroe Freeland with the 17th pick. Just plain and simple. Now 18, with all their guys pretty much off the board, what is next for the Minnesota Vikings? Do they take a chance on a guy like Jermod McCoy or a Kenyon Sadiq maybe? Because I don't know if they're still high on like TJ Hawkinson, who was dealing with injuries last season. So I'll give them grace. I think they'll go ahead and take the risk on Jermod McCoy, who was pretty much projected very highly before his ACL tear in 2025 season, I believe. No, the 2024 season. And he didn't play his 2025 season because of the ACL tear. So they go ahead and take a high upside pick on him, and because they desperate need for a DB. And I mean, his film in 2024 was really good. So they go ahead and take the upside while he continues to drop. Now, Carolina, I feel like these guys, they are marked a defensive line. Now, they traded for Jalen Phillips, or they didn't trade for him. They paid Jalen Phillips a lot of money. They went ahead and swept under the Eagles and, stole them and paid a lot of money. Scenario, if they want to make their defense a lot better, they go ahead and pick a strong safety. Now, one of the strong safeties that I really like in this draft, and it makes sense to me, it'll be Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, he's got good size. He could really hit hard. 6'3", 200 pounds. Pretty good speed, pretty athletic. I think he fits the mode that the Panthers got going on in defense. So we're here with the Browns with pick 20 after they select offensive lineman Vega Wane. I say why not keep building up on it, considering they have another first round pick later on. So they go ahead and select a guy like Caden Proctor and bank on his size, on his upside. This guy, his size is crazy. He's like around 340 to 350 pounds, 6'6". Now he's a raw prospect. His tape did not really meet, you know, the level he's getting drafted at, but I think they just go for upside and they try to mold him into, you know, their long-term left tackle for the future. So they're going to go ahead and just select him right away there. Now, Pittsburgh, there's been rumors that Broderick Jones is not the long-term left tackle over there. And they're not really having fun over there, considering, you know, he's also gotten hurt as well. I believe he's dealing with like a neck injury. I may be wrong, but it's an injury. And they probably want to look, you know, past him. So the best tackles, in my opinion, I do like Blake Miller. I think Caleb Lomu would make more sense considering he's 6'6", 313, and he played left tackle. He was really good for Utah as well, but I think this would make sense right here. I've been thinking with the Chargers, if they want to go ahead and trade back. Now they did lose Odafe Owe. Their edge rushing does need a little bit of help, especially against the run. I might go ahead and pull the trigger here. I might go ahead and pull the trigger and give him Keldrick Falk to the LA Chargers. Now, a lot of guys probably moaning and groaning about this pick, considering he's not the best pass rusher. He really isn't, but with his size, 6'5", 276, he is elite against the run, could set the edge. No one's going to be running all over you with this guy on one side, you know? So, I mean, this guy, he will solve the issue in terms of, you know, stopping the run. And I mean, last season, they already have Tua Pelotu, who's got like double-digit sacks for them last season. That guy, he rushes the passers. Khalil Mack, I know he might be older, but he rushes the passer as well. Why not get a guy that stops the run, you know, a big area in today's game? So I think that would make more sense for the Chargers. Now, Tampa Bay, they traded back after trading with the Eagles. While the Eagles go ahead and get Omar Cooper Jr., they go ahead and just select Kenyon Sadiq. I mean, Cade Otton, they did extend him, but he's not going to be the long-term, you know, pass catching guy over there for the Buccaneers offense. They do need guys, considering Mike Evans is gone. Chris Godwin, who knows how longer he's going to be playing over there. They do have receivers like Emeka Egbuka for the future now, and Jalen McMillan. Let's go ahead and give him another pass catcher and another blocker over there in Tampa Bay. And Kenyon Sadiq, he goes ahead and falls to him anyway at pick 23, which would makes more sense. Now, Kenyon Sadiq, I believe he's on like his career receiving yards or scrimmage yards, just career scrimmage yards. It's under 1,000 yards. That's like not known to be like a first round pick. We're back here with Cleveland. Now, Cleveland, they've been building their offensive line. Caden Proctor, Vega Wane. Why not go ahead and give him a premium position? Give him Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M. This guy is an elite separator. He could play on the outside. He's not just an inside guy. He's not small. He's 5'11", 290. He's not light. So this guy, he could separate his ass off. And I think he's going to impress some guys who's kind of been doubting him. I think it will be a good pickup for the Browns for the long haul, you know. Chicago, I usually want to make them go defensive linemen and how the board's falling. If Buffalo wanted to trade up, you know, but like we're not going to do that here. We're going to go Peter Woods to the Chicago Bears. Now this guy, he was another guy that was projected very highly, top 10 pick before the season started. You know, he's had his moments. He's really good at 3 tech. He's a freakish athlete. He's got a good quick step. And yeah, he could read some plays. Buffalo, they need some edge rushers too. They need some guys to get to the QB. They don't really have a lot of options over there. I think the only option in this situation, they're going to go older because they want to contend now. They're going to go ahead and select Akeem Mesidor from Miami. So they go ahead and select the 6'3", 260-pounder who gets to the passer at a pretty good level. Now, he is an older prospect. He'll probably only live out to his rookie year, but that's pretty much what you need in this window while you have Josh Allen and some playmakers. You got to build up that defense, and you got to wreck some games over there, right? Now, with the San Francisco 49ers, today they just extended Trent Williams to a 2-year deal. It would have been ideal for them to select, a left tackle in this situation, but we're not going to go that route. I think in this area, they're going to go DB because, I mean, their passing defense wasn't that good. Their run defense was pretty average last season with Robert Saleh, so who knows how it will look now. But with their guys coming back, I mean, they selected a guy like Michael Williams pretty high last year, who was a really good run defender, so he'll be setting off the edge. I don't think I think they need guys to shut down areas in the air, and I feel like I really like a guy like Avion Terrell over there. That would make sense. He is a little smaller, so maybe they're looking for guys that could guard on the boundary, like a guy like Colton Hood, who's 5'11", 193, pretty physical DB. Yeah, I feel like I'm confident. Go ahead and select Colton Hood here. Now with Houston, it's their offensive line, man. I really do think they need to invest in their offensive line, but I say, why reach on one when you could just trade back for an offensive line in the interior? Because it's really getting hectic over there. So we're gonna go ahead and create a trade with the Arizona Cardinals, because they want to go ahead and move up to pick 28, and they will go ahead and move down to pick 34 and pick like a Manuel Pregnon or a Chase Basantis in that area. Someone's gonna be available there. I feel like that makes sense. So Arizona is now on the clock. Now, if you ask me, I'm not very high on a guy like Ty Simpson, but there's been rumors and things going around that it's only been Ty Simpson that's been really loving him, or the Cardinals. Like, the Cardinals really love Ty Simpson, and I feel like this isn't a guy like the Cardinals usually draft. But if they want to go ahead and select him in the first round to get that 5-year window, like the fifth option that you get with first rounders, then they're going to go ahead and pull the trigger, and hopefully they have him just sit behind Jacoby Brissett and, learn behind these veterans. And I think they just want to give their fan base something to look forward to, instead of just, waiting the extra year to get another quarterback in next year's draft, with who knows will pan out, And there was supposed to be a lot of QBs that were supposed to live up to the hype, and they just didn't. All their stocks pretty much dropped. So in this area, they're going to go ahead and just select Ty Simpson with pick 28. Now, Kansas City, we had them picking Francis Mauigoa, right tackle. They figure out that issue over there. Now they kind of need edge rusher. They need a pass rusher, and I feel like at this spot, it's perfect to select a guy like TJ Parker, who's not only good against the run, but he's good against, pass rushing as well. He's got good size, good wingspan, 6'3", 260, very athletic, and I think this is a guy that they would be really happy coming off the edge for them. So now we got the Miami Dolphins, who we selected Vega Owane, or no, Spencer Fano. Spencer Fano was their first pick. I think they go ahead and say, hey, we like Denzel Boston. We might as well just give a guy like Malik Willis a weapon to throw to, because there's no one over there. They select the big X receiver out of Washington, 6'3", 212. Next, we're going to go New England. New England, they could possibly trade back as well, but we're just going to go ahead and give them a left tackle. I feel like Will Campbell, I was a big fan out of him coming out of college, but seeing his situation with wingspan really mattering in the trenches, and he was getting bulldozed and just worked on in the Super Bowl and the playoffs, it was not very pleasing to watch, even though he was dealing with injuries. And I still think he's good, but this will give guys like him more versatility. And I know he doesn't play left tackle. I know I made that situation, but Blake Miller, he could play right tackle though. And I think offensive line, you're gonna need to stack up. This guy, he doesn't miss games, and he's only missed one practice like his whole college career. I think a guy like Blake Miller would go ahead and fit in New England system, and he could go ahead and be the next right tackle over there, or you could slide him anywhere. Now Seattle, there's a lot of guys that could fit on. Now, I couldn't really fit in Caden McDonald, who's an elite run defender. I do like him. He does have the opportunity to be a first-round pick. Max Iheanacho, he's another guy that could be a first-round pick that's been getting a lot of buzz. He hasn't been playing that sport for a long time. Came to the U.S. from Nigeria to play soccer and basketball. but got offered a scholarship to play football, and he was really good at it. Chris Johnson, he's a lockdown. I think he's one of the best corners in the draft as well. He could be a first round pick. He really can. And Caleb Banks, he had some buzz, but you know, foot injuries pretty knocked him down. Zion Young's been getting a lot of buzz. Christian Miller's been getting a lot of first round buzz. Jacob Rodriguez, I could see getting first round buzz. Malachi Lawrence getting first round buzz as well. Like, there's some key guys on the top of the second round that, you know, could end up falling, and they could get some steals for real. That's why guys like the Texans feel open to, you know, trading down, because they could just get a steal out of that anyway, you know. So with the Seattle Seahawks, I want to give them Avion Terrell. Now they are missing DB since Rick Woolen. He went ahead and went to the Eagles, and they brought back Josh Jobe, so I'm expecting him to be more of a, you know, outside guy. Now during the season, Nicky Mawori, he was playing majority in the nickel and like pretty much playing a linebacker for them, and just really effective at it. I think, and he showed some times that he could play corner as well. I mean, this guy's a freak. He could play anywhere. I do want to go ahead and I want to select Avion Terrell because I think he'll be a first round pick. I don't want to go ahead and leave him out of this. So Avion Terrell will be a Seattle Seahawk. He could play inside, place that nickel role. So yeah, this is pretty much my draft right here. Let me know what you think. If you hate it, any criticism, I'm open to it. Or just let me know like your team and who do you prefer your team to pick in the first round, because this draft, it could go either way. Now, there will probably be a lot more trade ups and trade downs in the draft. Who knows? But I try to fit as many trade ups and trade downs as possible. Try to have fun with it. I love draft season. So yeah, just let me know who you want your favorite team to draft in the first round, and I'll probably go ahead and post a reaction after the first round. And yeah, if you like these type of videos, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more NFL draft content. And yeah, man, I hope y'all team gets your favorite player in this draft. So peace out.